teamless. United in the Europa League. Europa League.
Yes, people, what's going on? Welcome to United View. Welcome to the road trip for Manchester United against Steaua Bucharest tonight in the Europa League. Match day 8, and it's the end of the Europa League, where, let's be honest, a draw should be enough. I mean, if we draw and sort of like 4 or 5 teams, we'd need 4 or 5 teams to all win, and 2 of them would have to be like by a decent swing as well. So I'm not sure that would not make the top 8 with a draw. However, forget trying to look towards that. Go and win the game, and of course losing it is unthinkable as well, because you don't want to be going into that bottom, that 9 to 24. We need to relax. We need to get the win. We need time on the training field. Ruben Amorim has spoken about how important that is, and that's what I want to see. It's a tough trip. I mean, Steaua Bucharest don't lose many games, especially in their league. And you know, there are a couple of places below us, I believe, in the Europa League table. So let's be real. They ain't come to play. Do you know what I'm saying? Their fans are going to be up for it. It's going to be a tough atmosphere out there in Romania, and it's not easy. It's not easy. So we have to be ready. Yes, Owen had a nice stat about us in like the last, 6 European away games in the group stages in the Europa League. They've been quite kind to us, but you say that that's in context, because I was there in Fenerbahce. I was there in Porto, where we threw away Leeds and nearly capitulated and crumbled. So it hasn't been great. It has not been great. But then you look at, was it Plzeň, I think it was, or was it Bodo Glimt? Whichever one was the one we played away, where Rasmus Højlund saved the day. That was a poor performance as well. So it has not been good, and we have to do the work, man. In terms of the team, Ruben said we have to sort of take some players out, etc., and rotate the squad. But you know, there's people that are fit. There's not really many injuries, and look, I'm saying just play the strongest team that we can in pretty much every game. And of course, you've got to change things here and there, but we're not in a position to do that. And actually, if you look at it on the face of it, if we can win tonight, we know, tough place to go, but we should be winning that game. Win on Sunday. You know, does it start to just turn things a little bit, to say a little bit of turning the corner? You know what I'm saying? I'm actually fed up of talking about turning the corner, but sometimes you get sucked back in and you have to. And I've made my choice. On the match for you tonight, I'm not going to lie, I've made my choice, yeah. KG was right. I felt bad after the last one. I need to follow his example, because this team is this team. Are we going to perform that great tonight? Probably not. Is it going to be a routine win tonight? Probably not. But guess what? We know that about this team. And it is true. Once you just accept what we are, we can always get moments, though. It was the same against Rangers. To be fair, we should have been ahead by more, but, you know, we got a moment. It was the same against Southampton. 1-0 down up until the 80th minute. 3-0, hat-trick for Ahmad. Moments. Mundane and boring against Fulham. I'm like, look how bad this is. We didn't get a shot on target, or our first shot, until like the 40-something minute. You know, no one getting shots off, not attacking well, nothing in midfield. All of that. Go and win the game by a moment. The truth is, with this team, you have to just stay locked in and believe. And you know what? I'm saying this now, but until I'm proved wrong again, we just got to do it. It doesn't mean we're going to win every game like that, but KG's right. So I'm not coming with no bad vibes for the Trinity match for you tonight. I'm not, because the more we do that, the more I'm just being frustrated. It is true when people say, Vex, why are you getting so vexed when you know the team's rubbish? But obviously in the moment, when you see bozo stuff, when you see stupid stuff, it still gets me vexed. And even after said that, I'm still going to get vexed. I know I am. It's just my mentality. It's just how I am when I'm watching the games versus when I'm calm like this. What happens in goal? Altay Bayındır probably should get the nod, really. It would be odd if he didn't. Well, I don't know. Because if he doesn't, does that mean he was just trying to send a little message to Andre Onana to buck his ideas up after that Brighton game? So we went into the Rangers game with Bayındır playing. And then in the Premier League, obviously, he came back in against Fulham. So you are sort of saying to yourself, if Bayındır doesn't start today, are you saying that was you're just trying to show him a lesson, to say, listen, I'm on to you. If you keep making mistakes, I will play Altay. But then Altay kind of deserves it. I think he's going to get the cup run, because he did start with Onana in the cup. In the Europa League, and then it found its way to Altay Bayındır. And then obviously with what he done against Arsenal, you know, and he did okay against, he did fine against Rangers. Couldn't do anything about the goal that Dessers scored. So let's be fair. I think it probably should be Altay if we're going to go down that route that he's going to be our Europa League goalkeeper. It'll be interesting to see, you know, once we get through unscathed and we go to round of 16, or well, is it round of 32 for this? I can't even remember. Is it round of 16? I think it's round of 16 because then there's going to be another playoff for this. But once we go through to the next round anyway, it'd be interesting to see as the games get closer, that further down the competition, what does that look like? Does he stick with Bayern or does he not? Lenny Yoro was in the presser. Normally you take that as that player's going to start, but that we thought that about Harry Maguire last week, and it didn't quite happen. But I know he did have a bit of an injury on his leg or something. So, but I would think that Lenny Yoro starts. We always got to talk about the 210s because that's basically what happens with Ahmad. And if he takes up one of the 210 positions, it makes it easy with what happens behind that. So if Ahmad starts in the 10, then obviously you're going to get well, I say obviously, maybe Melasse might come in, but you're probably going to have Mazraoui and Dallo as your wing backs. But I would move Ahmad back one in this game. I would move Ahmad back one in this game, and I'd have Bruno and Garnacho. I'd go with Garnacho again. Why not? Just keep playing him. Just try and get him into some good form. You know, the talks have gone a little bit quiet about him going to Napoli/Chelsea. Who knows at the time of recording? There's still 4 days left of the window, but just keep getting a tune out of him. I don't see that being an issue. And yeah, Ugarte and Kobe in midfield. But it's interesting with Kobe because he hasn't been starting recently. And do you bring in Collier? Collier played well against Rangers. Do you give him a start and say, listen, kid, you know, you saved us against Fulham. You did well against Rangers. Here's an away start for you in a tough atmosphere. That would be nice to see Toby Collier get a start in there as well. But I don't think he goes Collier and Ugarte. I think it would have to be Collier next to Bruno, let's say, and Bruno would come back one, which might leave Ahmad and Garnacho as the 10s. Who knows? There's still we keep talking about this Kobe Mainu in the 10. It hasn't happened at all. Does Eriksson start again? He started in the right 10 against Rangers and was fine in these types of games where we're going to have, you know, quite a bit of the ball. I think he could be fine in there as well. So options. I don't really mind which way around it is. It's not really like a dead cert to me. It'd be nice if Toby Collier could start though. That would be nice to see. And up front, again, like I said, Amrim's got to stop being complicit in the Rasmus Højlund thing. At the end of the day, he's in awful form. He's struggling. And after that Fulham performance, you can't reward that with a start away from home in a tough environment where, again, we might have to suffer a lot. Bucharest could be coming on top of us and putting pressure on, and we're going to need the ball to stick. And that's not Rasmus right now. So for me, it's an easy choice where you have to go Joshua Zirkzee. So yeah, that's my team prediction, which is basically all over the place because we don't really know. But just go get it done, man. I don't want to be playing extra games for no reason. You know, two-legged tie just to get through to the next round of the Europa League. Like, we just shouldn't be in that position. Go and get it done. Win the game. Or by the very minimum, okay, a draw will probably be enough. But go and win the game. Keep building confidence. And I'll see you guys on the match view with good vibes. Good vibes only. I'm out of it. Peace.